Welcome to Sports Betting Top Picks and Plays. This is for the National Hockey League, the NHL. My name is Abby. We have a 4 or 5 games that we are going to discuss tonight for the NHL. So we're going to start off with magic.com. Again, this is for the over-unders, the totals. We do see the moneyline play and the injury report. That's oddslogic.com. First game we're going to start off with here. This is for 7 o'clock this evening. That's 6 o'clock Mountain Time. 6 o'clock Central Time. This is going to be the, or 7:10, I should say, or 7:07 Eastern Time, 6:07 Mountain Time. Not Mountain Time, excuse me. Central Time, excuse me. That's Edmonton at the Rangers. We start with this game here. So this game total is 6.5. That's the total. Rangers at home. Edmonton favored on the road. And it's Edmonton favored money line. So we're going to look into this game further. We're going to look at the line history to see where the public and the sharps are for this game. So let's give it a bit, let it come up, and we'll look into that. All right, so the public is all over Edmonton for this game, for the side. They're on Edmonton. And for the over-under, the totals, hope you guys can see, they are on the under. I see a bit of resistance here. Some are on the under. Most are on the under, but some are on the over. But majority of the plays under, but a little bit of resistance to the over. So it's down to 6. Okay, all right. So we'll look into this game further. Let's see here. I believe they may have played before, but we'll check. That's Edmonton and the Rangers. So look into this matchup here. So this is the second meeting of the season. First meeting was earlier in the year, November 23rd of last year, 2024, in Edmonton. Edmonton won 6-2 and went over the total, 6.5. Now this is the second meeting. Edmonton 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread. Edmonton, they're 3-2 last 5 games, and they are 1-4 to the under right now. As for the Rangers, 5-3-2 last 10, 3-7 to the under. Rangers have won 2 straight. They are 2-3 last 5, and are also 2-3 to the under. So both teams right now are playing to the under, although the first game went over. The last 2 meetings have gone over. I see 4 of the last 5 have gone over the 6.5. But in this game, the number has dropped from 6.5 to 6. So this is telling me I like the under here. I do like the under 6. If you can, the best thing to do, if you can catch a 6.5, if you can still get 6.5, take the under. But if you don't get it and you get it at 6, I will still take the under at 6. 6.5, 6, I still take the under. So that's my play for this game. I don't have a set or money line. I have nothing for that. I just like the under 6.5, 6. That's the play I'm going to go with for this game. That's game number 1, and then the second game we're going to look at here. Second game will be Florida and the Islanders. So look at this one here. Florida Islanders. So opening up 5.5. That's the total, 5.5. Islanders at home. Florida favored on the road, on the money line. So right now from 5.5, it's still at 5.5. And Florida's still favored. So we'll look into this game further. That's Florida and the Islanders. Second matchup. So this one here, all Florida money coming in here. Public all over Florida. As you guys can see, Florida's as the public. For the total, it's all unders in this game. Under 5.5. So under 5.5 in Florida. That's where we're at in this game. So we'll look at the head-to-head in this game. So that's Florida and the Islanders. So this matchup here, this is the second meeting. So the first meeting, beginning of the season in October 26th last year. Islanders in New York. And Florida won 6-3 as a favorite. They went over the total, over 6, second meeting. February 2nd, last month in Florida. The total was 6. Florida won again by the exact same score, 6-3. They went over 6 goals. So last 2 meetings have gone over. This is the third meeting now. Florida 7-3 last 10, 1-9 to the under. So Florida 3-2 last 5 games, 0-5 to the under. So Florida's played 7 straight unders. That's amazing. 7 straight unders for Florida. 7 straight unders. Islanders and Florida's on a back-to-back. They played last night, so they played in Montreal. So now they're going to they're on a back-to-back. They play New York today. So let's see. Yeah, they're on a back-to-back. So Islanders here, 4-5-1 last 10, 3-6-1 to the under. Islanders have lost 3 straight games. They're 2-3 last 5, and 0-4-1 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. 3 straight unders for the Islanders, and 6 straight unders. Looks like, let me see, 6, let me see how many, 3. Last 5, they're 0-5 to the under. That's the last 5. Last 5 for the Islanders again. 0-4-1 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. All of the first 2 games went over. I'm gonna take the under in this game. I like under 5.5. I like the under in this game. That's the way I'm gonna play it. As for the side, let's see. Islanders are a desperate team. The last 3 games, I know they almost ended a streak against Edmonton at home. They almost wanted to beat Edmonton. I'm gonna stay away from the side. I'm just gonna take the under this game, under 5.5 goals. I like the under here. I'm gonna take the under 5.5. Staying away from the side. Nothing on the side. So that's that game. The next game we're gonna look at here. We'll look at Anaheim, St. Louis. Anaheim, St. Louis. This is gonna be the next game. That's game number 3. Anaheim, St. Louis. So this one here, as you can see, it opened up. The total is 5.5. And St. Louis is favored at home, and Anaheim's on the road, 5.5. And it's gone all the way up to 6. We're seeing 6s come up, only at 1 book, at 2 books, but we're seeing 6s start to pop up here. So we're gonna look into this game further. Anaheim is getting the public's all over Anaheim in this game so far, and the under, Anaheim and the under in this game. Let's see. They're getting the action here. Let's see, get another perspective. Yeah, so it looks like it's Anaheim and the under. That's the play. Let's look at this thing further. Let's see here. All right, so we'll look at this game here. They played twice already, twice this year. First meeting January the 9th, beginning of the year, 2025 in St. Louis. And St. Louis won 6-2 and went over the total, over 6 goals. Second game was in Anaheim this month. They played 2 weeks ago. St. Louis favored in this one as well. St. Louis won 4-3 and went over 5.5 goals. So this is the third meeting now in St. Louis. Anaheim 4-6 last 10 games, 5-5 to the over/under. Anaheim 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. As for St. Louis, 7-2-1 last 10 games, 6-4 to the over. So St. Louis coming off a 6-game road trip. They did go 3-3 on the road trip. Last 5 games, they are 3-2, and they are 3-2 to the over as well. Last 5 games. So this is the first game off a road trip. They're on a back-to-back. They played yesterday. Anaheim's got had 1 day's of rest. So let's look at this one here. I'm gonna take Anaheim. I'm gonna take Anaheim the points. I'll take Anaheim on the puck line. Excuse me, Anaheim the puck line plus the 1.5. I like him in the spot here. This is a tricky spot for St. Louis because St. Louis, they come home for 1 game against Anaheim off a back-to-back, and then they gotta travel all the way to Nashville on Wednesday. So this is kind of a tricky spot here for St. Louis. They've beaten this team twice. The second game was a little bit closer, but I like Anaheim here plus the points. Anaheim's had a day's worth of rest. St. Louis on a back-to-back, and it's their first game at home off a long road trip. So I like to fade teams in that position. So I like Anaheim. I like Anaheim here plus the plus 1.5 goals. I like them to just keep it within a goal. And Anaheim, the last 2 games, they've been playing pretty tough on the road. They've lost by a goal against Vancouver, lost by a goal against Utah. So they've been playing the last 2 road games. They've been playing. They've been keeping the games close and tight. So I like the plus 1.5 goals, or plus 1.5 puck line. Keep it within 1.5 Anaheim. So I like that. I like that play there. Plus 1.5. Just to stay within range of St. Louis. That's the play I'm going to go with. The next game here. It'll be Utah and Vancouver. Utah and Vancouver. This one here opened up 5.5 the total, and Vancouver on the money line favored. Vancouver at home on the money line, and Utah on the road. Totals 5.5. Vancouver is favored, but then all of a sudden they've gone from favorites to underdogs. So all of a sudden Vancouver's an underdog, and Utah's favored on the road. And it's still at 5.5. It has not gone to 6 or anything. It's still the same. So look into this game further. So everybody's on Utah. Everybody's still picking Utah. They like Utah on the they like Utah here. The public's on Utah. No play on the total. Let's see something here. Not a lot of movement in this game. Florida. So Florida's getting public play here. So we got Florida getting public play. This is kind of all over the place. But they're on the under as well. They got the under. Let's look into this one further. Yeah, we'll look into this game further. That's Utah and Vancouver. All right, so they've already played twice already. Played 2 times. So first meeting December 18th in Utah. 3-2 in overtime. Utah won. It was under 6 goals. Second meeting February 23rd last month in Utah. Under 5.5. Utah won 2-1. So both games were decided by a goal. Let's see. So this is the third meeting now. Utah 5-3, 1-1 last 10 games. 4-4-2 over under. Utah 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-1-2 last 5 games. So they're leading. So they're on the overside, Utah. Let's see here. Vancouver 5-5 last 10, 5-5 over under. Vancouver's won 2 straight games, and they're 3-2 last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. So Vancouver's been playing pretty well at home. They've been playing well at home. Yeah, Vancouver's been playing good. They've been playing well. You know, the first 2 games, Vancouver's averaged about 2 goals against Utah. They haven't scored more than 2 goals. I'm gonna look. Let me look at the team total. Let me take the team total angle in this game. Yeah, I'll take the team total angle. Let me look at that first to see if there's any value. So far, I like Vancouver on the puck line plus $1.44. I like Vancouver on the puck line so far. But let me look at the team total as well. See if there's any value there. So look into that. I think we found a good one here. We found a good team total. So we have one here. Utah team total under 3.5 goals. I like this one a lot here. The reason why is because Utah, on the road, the last 2 games, not including the Detroit game, they are averaging about 3 goals per game on the road. Utah hasn't scored more than 3 goals on the road. In their last 4 road games, Utah's they're averaging about 3 goals per game. So 3 out of the 4 games on the road, they're averaging below 3 goals. They're not getting past 3 goals. So we like Utah team total under 3.5 goals. We like that. And I look at Vancouver on the puck line plus 1.5 goals. So those are my angles for that game. I like that. Those are my 2 angles for that game. And now the final game we're going to look at here, Winnipeg, Seattle. We're going to take a look at this one here. It opened up 5.5, the total. Seattle at home, Winnipeg on the road. Winnipeg favored on the money line. This has gone all the way up to 6 across the board. So we're going to look now at the sides and totals for this game. So Winnipeg getting out the public play. Seattle's getting some public action as well. So it's kind of a little bit of a resistance on the side and the money line. However, the play for this game, it looks like it's the under 6 goals, Winnipeg, Seattle, because the public's on the under in this game, from what we're seeing so far. So look into this game further. That's Winnipeg, Seattle. That'll be the last game we're looking at. Winnipeg, Seattle. So far they've played twice already. October and January. The first meeting was in October of last year in Seattle. Winnipeg was favored. Winnipeg won in overtime. 4-3 was over the total. Second meeting was in Winnipeg. This one here, early this year in January. Winnipeg won 2-1, was under 5.5 goals. So this is the third game now. in Seattle. Yeah, this gun's in Seattle. So Winnipeg, 6-3-1 last 10 games, 2-8 to the under. Winnipeg's won 2 games in a row. They're 4-1 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. Winnipeg, and they've won 2 straight games. Seattle, 5-5 last 10, 5-3-2 to the over. Seattle's won 2 straight games. They're 3-2 last 5 games, and the over/under, they are. Yeah, the over/under, they are 2-1-2. So 2-1-2, 2 overs, 1 under, and 2 pushes. So they're playing to the over last 5 games, Seattle, and Winnipeg playing to the under last 5 games. This one's at 6. It's going up to 6. Let me see. So the series is 1-1 right now. It's a 1-1 series. Actually, Winnipeg's won. They've won twice. They've won by a goal. Each game they've won by a goal. And they've won in Seattle too. Yeah, the only way I can play this game, I got to play the puck line. Seattle on the puck line plus 1.5 goals. I can see this being another 1-goal game again. So Seattle on the puck line plus 1.5 goals. That's the only way I'm going to play this. I'm not going to play the total. I'll leave that alone. That's going to be out. So that's the way I'm going to play that, Seattle and on the puck line. I like that play there. Yeah, so that's the way I'm going to go for that game. Covered all the NHL action for this evening. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Abby. Whether you fit or follow these picks, it's up to you. I just look at the plays, make my assessments, and pick what I like. Either way, I hope you cash big on the NHL hockey games tonight. Hit some big winners on Sunday evening. Again, hit the like and subscribe button for more NHL picks and plays, totals, puck line. Use some puck line plays and money line plays. So hit the like and subscribe button for that. Good luck to you guys tonight. My name's Abby. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Take care. Peace. See you tomorrow.